I recently heard about this little challenge where you either read or write for 24 hours over the span of 2 days or 12 hours a day each day. Now, I was going to do this with reading, but then I got to thinking about the book that I have that I haven't touched in a long time. And recently I've been really wanting to get back into writing, but I haven't really been sure how to. And I figured that this was the perfect opportunity for me to try and get back into writing and back into trying to finish this book. So tomorrow, bright and early, I'm gonna wake up and start writing for 12 hours straight. I was so excited to start this, but little did I know that these 2 days would be the worst, most unlucky days I could have chosen to write. So I woke up today feeling a little bit under the weather. So hopefully I can push through and do this. Hopefully I don't start feeling worse. What better thing to do all day when you're sick than sit on your couch and write? So that's what I'm gonna do today. It was going really well the first half of the day. I was feeling all right and getting a lot done, but trust me, it gets worse. So I had to spend a majority of my time this morning just like reading over different chapters and trying to figure out what exactly I need to do to this in order to fix it. There's also a lot of this book that I just kind of forgot about because it's been so long since I've written. But now I'm finally in a place where I'm pretty sure I know what I need to do. My voice is like going away. So I found this chapter 15, and there's a lot going on with it. It's kind of the part of the book where a lot of stuff changes and a lot of new things start happening. Basically, I want to go in and like shift a lot of that around. So throughout this, I've decided that every hour on the hour, I'm gonna take a quick 5 to 10 minute break and wrap one of my many Christmas presents I need to wrap. I decided to do this so that I can take consistent breaks and like I decided to do this so it would force me to take consistent breaks instead of just like staring at a screen all day without stopping. So I'm gonna do that. I just got finished editing through chapter 15. I did a decent amount of deleting and then rewriting. Then I just kind of skimmed over some stuff, revised a little bit, but not too much. And now I'm going into chapter 17. It's kind of like a continuation of chapter 15, but I'm still feeling okay. I'm not sneezing too much, so that's good. I think tomorrow I'm probably gonna be worse, so I don't know how that's gonna work, but that's a worry for tomorrow. Although I said I was still feeling fine here, in reality, I ended up getting a lot worse very quickly. Like, it got so bad that I even took a COVID test, and it was positive, so that was great. At the time, I was just trying to ignore it and keep writing. I really didn't want anything to get in the way of my writing, which probably wasn't the smartest thing to do. And this is me trying my hardest to wrap another present, but I just couldn't do it. I was feeling so bad at this point that I had to do this. I did not make it to 12 hours today. I really thought that I could do it, but just with the way I feel, there's just like no way I'm gonna do it. I did 8 hours. I'm really hoping I can get up bright and early tomorrow and do 16 hours. I think I can do it if I'm feeling better. If I'm not, I'm not sure. At this point, I was feeling really dejected. I didn't reach my goal for the day, and it wasn't looking like I'd be able to the next day either. But then I remembered the overall goal I made for myself before I even started this challenge. My very big, very unrealistic goal for this is to try and hopefully finish a solid first draft that I'm really, really happy with. I just wanted to complete a draft I felt good about, and remembering that made me feel so much better going into the next day of writing, which was good. I needed that hope because this is what I woke up to the next morning. So I've been clearly having some bad luck with this weekend and with this whole challenge because this morning when I woke up and I tried to turn the lights on, they wouldn't come on. So yeah, the power is out right now. The good thing about writing is that I don't need Wi-Fi. I just need a charged computer, and I did charge this up last night, so it's at like 90-95%, so that's really, really good. The only issue is that I'm not sure 90% is going to last me 16 hours, so I really have to hope that either this does last or that the power will come back on before then. If not, I'm kind of gonna automatically fail this challenge. Also, I'm feeling pretty good right now, but it was kind of the same thing yesterday. I felt good when I woke up and then I got worse throughout the day. So I'm hoping that does not happen again. So yeah, I'm just gonna be watching the lights all day and hoping they come back on at some point. If not, I'll probably be writing in the dark later. It's still going pretty well. I'm getting a lot more actual writing done this time than yesterday. It's just like dark in here and I really want to turn a light on, but I can't. And in a minute, I'm gonna go wrap another present. So I got through all of chapter 15 and then 17. After that, I ended up skimming through a lot of the rest of the book and I got to chapter 40. 40 is like probably the biggest, most important chapter of the whole book. It's towards the end. There's a lot going on in the chapter. It's not super long, but like a ton is happening. Chapter 40 and 41 are both kind of like that. So I think right now I'm gonna skim through both of those and just kind of plan what I want to do with it. At this point, the writing was going really well, but I was still super concerned about my laptop battery. The rain had stopped, but the lights still weren't coming on. So as you can tell, it's getting a lot darker. And I've been doing really well with writing. I haven't filmed that much because there's not really that much to show when I'm just like sitting there writing. I'm hoping that I can get to a place pretty soon within the next hour or so where I feel like I've edited all the main things I want to edit, and then for the last few hours I'm going to try to go through the whole thing top to bottom. Pretty soon I'm going to be doing it in the pitch black dark. Also, my battery is pretty far down now, which is worrying me a little bit. Essentially, I'm not gonna have enough battery to last the rest of the 16 hours, so I need the power to come back on really, really soon. I keep checking it, but the lights just won't turn on. So my battery life is running pretty low, which is very concerning. I genuinely thought that my power was going to come back on way before now and that this wasn't really going to be a worry. And I still have 4 more hours of this to do. So I really don't know how this is going to work, and I'm very happy with the progress that I've made with writing. But at the end of the day, it's not going to be worth it if I can't finish this challenge and say that I have written for 24 hours if my computer dies. There is light now. That was like very, very relieving to see. Not just because I needed to charge my computer, to be honest. I was more concerned about not having heat tonight and also not being able to cook any food. And I can also finish this challenge strong. I only have a couple more hours left to write. I think the only sad thing about this is that by the time I'm finished in a couple hours, I don't think I'm going to be fully satisfied with it as its own draft, just because there's so much more for me to go through. And just like that, I was able to complete the challenge. It is about a week later. I'm finally feeling back to normal and I've finished the whole 24-hour writing challenge that I made up for myself. And although I am really, really happy that I was able to write for that long last weekend, when I was finished, I still felt a little unaccomplished. And I think that's because in the beginning, I said my main goal was to finish a whole draft that I was really happy with. But when I finished those 2 days of writing, I really didn't feel like it was where I wanted it to be. After I finished writing for those 2 days, really wanted to just close my laptop and set it to the side and just kind of forget about it again. But I stopped myself before I gave up on it and I made myself keep writing. So I wrote the next day and the next day and the next day. And I think tonight I can finally say that I have written a good solid draft that I actually feel pretty happy with. I achieved the goal I set out to do and I'm happy with that.